Hey guys, we're having a lovely Saturday. It's a bank holiday weekend in the UK, so it's been gorgeous weather again. So just in my t-shirt and shorts, and barefoot as well on the grass here, and on this lovely kind of lake nearby. So I just wanted to do a little video. I did one on my profile already, but mainly just talking about kind of nature and how we can switch from being stuck in thought all of the time to actually being in just awareness. So it might seem like a bit of an unknown for people because we're so used to being stuck in our thought processes like all of the time. But really the power and the power of you lies beneath all of that thought. So it's not until we have a break from thought processes that we actually access our real power, I'd say that when we're stuck in our mind, it's very, very limited. So we have a tiny little box mind and it will ping pong against all these kind of things, and we have this little identity that we've made for ourselves. It's really small, and we say things like, I'm this type of person, I'm that type of person. My identity is based on my job and my relationship status and whether I've got kids or not, and X, Y, Z. All of these things make up who we are, and that's not true. We are, at our essence and our core, we are awareness. But we never know that. We go through our whole lives. Most people go through their whole lives without even knowing who we are, which is the most fundamental thing that we could ever know, ever. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have of science, technology, finance, economics. If you don't know who you are, and you haven't directly experienced who you are, you're going to live a life that is in suffering in some form or another. There's going to be some suffering in your life because you don't know the most important thing about your life. You don't know who you are. You might sound bizarre to some of you, but really I'm telling you, this is the most important thing of anything else in your life to understand. That we are awareness. We are not our thoughts. We're not this identity that we've made for ourselves. Yes, we might have a job as this profession. We might have a partner. We might have kids. Yes, that's true. That forms part of our life situation, correct? But all of that can change. We can lose our job. Our family can be killed. We might think we're funny, but actually one day no one laughs at our jokes anymore, and then that carries on. And then I guess we're not funny anymore, so that's not who we are. So what are we then? We are the observing presence. We are this awareness. We are consciousness, pure consciousness that observes things. And the only way to kind of really understand that is to practice it. So you can get it on a conceptual level, but that's not enough. You need to practice it in your life. And then you'll be free from suffering forever. And that's quite an important point I'm making. We'll be forever free from suffering. So I don't mean pain. Yes, we can still experience physical pain, like if we stub our toe or whatever, but in terms of suffering, that is created by the misunderstanding of who we are. It's created by thinking we are thought. We are not thought. We are not our thoughts. We are this awareness. So to practice that, as I said, ideally go somewhere on your own, in nature, and just observe things. Be still. So if you can, if you're in a garden or whatever, as you can see, I've taken my shoes off, and it's really, really good for your body to have contact with the ground. It might sound a bit hippie or woo-woo to you, but really there's science that proves this now. If you look up grounding, it's to do with the electron exchange and energy exchange with the earth, which basically it's got a negative charge, and so when your feet touch the ground, that actually helps your body reset. If you think about every other animal, it doesn't wear shoes, and they don't have the same kind of disease rates that we do. So it actually helps with diseases, like chronic diseases. If you reduce the inflammation in the body by grounding, that really is really good for your health. And just try it. You don't even need me to give you a reason why. Like, just try it, and you'll know when it just feels good. Like, your body knows it feels good. You don't even need to get the mind involved about why. You just realise it feels really good. Like maybe sometimes if you're walking along a beach, you automatically take your shoes off. Like, why? And how do you feel that day on the beach with your shoes off? You probably feel really good. So it's powerful. So that's one thing. And observing, how do we observe? How do we know that we're this awareness and not our thoughts? We start looking at things without labelling, without judging, without thinking about them. So we can look here, we can look at these lovely leaves here. Hi Mehmet again. Yeah, I'm sorry you're stuck indoors. Hopefully this helps a bit as a little virtual tour, and I'm sure you'll get to experience it soon. But yeah, so we look at leaves here, we look at the detail in them. It's not great with the light and this camera on my phone, but you can see the detail, and you just observe. So that's quite a narrow focus with our visual perception. So we've got 5 senses, one of them is eyes, visual. And then we can expand that. So if you can look up, you can see the sky here and the trees, and you can look from this viewpoint too. So you can see like a wide angle view. And then if we want to go back to narrow, we can go to a narrow view here. So that's our eyes. What else is going on? We've got another sense, it's called hearing. I don't know if you can hear, but I can hear the ducks making a noise over there. I'm not sure if you can hear that. But if you're out in nature, especially where there's lots of trees, you're going to hear birds, especially here in the UK it's springtime. Loads of birds around, especially when it's lots of trees, you'll notice some birds. You might hear other noises. So what else can I hear? You can hear real slight way in the distance some cars making a noise. But mostly I can just see these birds and the ducks, which is really lovely. So that's the other side, we can just listen for a bit. And it might be scary to jump into this and think, why do I need to do this? It's because you're so used to your mind being in control and just having been stuck in thoughts all the time. But actually, when you step out of that and you allow yourself, you can just say, look, for the next 5-10 minutes, I'm going to just observe nature. And you might realise you can also at the same time take some breaths and just observe. And you'll just notice how relaxed you feel, how at home you feel really, because you're at home in yourself, you're out of your thoughts, which is not who you are. You're back in line with who you are, which is this awareness. So as I said, it feels like you're at home. That's how it does. You are at home. You're at home in yourself, in this awareness. And a couple of bikes going past there. I don't know if you can see there's a little duckling there as well. How cute. So this time of year with the spring, you get all the little ducklings, and they're so sweet to just watch, so cute. So those are the 2 main senses. When there's flowers, you can get some lovely natural smells there, so you can use your sense of smell. And as I mentioned already, the touch with my feet on the ground. So as you can see, barefoot feels great. And then taste, obviously that's more for food and things like that, but actually there's lots of nutritious things you can even eat in your own garden, which you probably don't do. It's free and it's healthy and it's organic and it's easy. You don't have to go to the shop, particularly now when a lot of people don't want to go to the shops because of the situation. So actually, did you know with dandelions, they're everywhere. You can actually eat dandelions raw, or you can cook them, fry them up. You can eat all of it, the flower, the leaves, all of it. The same with nettles. You might think, oh, they're a pain, there are nettles in my garden, stingy nettles. If you just dunk them in boiling water for a few seconds, their sting goes. You can make a soup out of them, loads of stuff. So you can taste nature directly from your own garden. You don't even need to be a gardener, you don't have to try and grow stuff. It all just grows in the wild. So I invite you to just use your amazing sense perceptions, which we pretty much never really do. Like, we don't even notice we're doing it. Obviously we do use our senses, but we're not aware of it because we're always stuck in our mind all the time. So I invite you to step out of that, step out of your mind every day. If you can, just go out on your own in nature for at least half an hour or something like that. The longer the better. And as I mentioned in my profile video, you actually get loads of answers to problems that way as well, because you're not thinking, and then that's when the answer will come to you, when you're out of thought. So please do comment below if you've enjoyed the video. If you want me to make more like this, to kind of talk about how you actually practice becoming aware and out of your thoughts, then let me know. If you've got any questions, comment below. Feel free to share this video if you think it will be useful to people. I think it's pretty much useful to everyone to to step out of thoughts and realise who we truly are, and then we can live a more fulfilled life because we're true to ourselves and not just society. So if it resonates with you and you think we pass it on, please do share it, comment, like it. Any questions, comment, or just message me if you prefer to do so in private. If you want some guidance on your journey, it really opens up a whole world, as I've talked about with other videos, and be more than happy to help you. Okay guys, have a lovely day, and I will talk to you soon. Much love.